Hey guys, Farmer Tyler here. Back to milking cows. It's an everyday job, twice a day. Just want to talk to you guys a little bit about kind of hot topics in the dairy industry. So I'm going to talk a little bit about antibiotics and hormones. I know, and kind of touch a little bit on labels. A lot of misleading labels out there, and hopefully you guys don't fall for those misleading labels. So we'll start with antibiotics. So there's no antibiotics in your milk. We do use antibiotics when necessary. We try, our farm and the dairy industry in a whole, we all are trying to slowly kind of get away from antibiotics. You know, we do our best to treat without them, whether it's IVing fluids, it seems to help a lot, or sometimes we even use an udder mint. We put on their udders and it seems to make a pretty big difference. Seems to help cure a lot of mastitis. Otherwise, some cows do get a severe enough case of getting sick that they do need to be treated. You know, they get pneumonia, they get mastitis, they get all sorts of different things that we need to take care of, and need to keep them happy and healthy. And so that milk, if we do treat a cow with antibiotics, that milk is never going to enter the food supply. We keep that out of our bulk tank where we store our milk, and so that milk is tested. As soon as it leaves the farm, goes on a truck, and that whole truck is tested for antibiotics when it gets to the milk plant or the cheese plant or wherever it might be going. And if that semi-load of milk that might have 4 different farms on it or 1 farm on it, depending on the size of the farm, if that load of milk has antibiotics on it, it is dumped down the drain. It will not go into the food chain. You guys will never get milk with antibiotics in it. So that's kind of touching antibiotics. So talk a little bit about hormones here. Just like majority of the dairy farms in the U.S., we use hormones to kind of get our cows set up so we can get them pregnant. If we were not able to get them pregnant, sorry about that, I grab another towel. So we try to get the cows pregnant. We try to breed them so right about 75 days after the last calf. Kind of gives their time body to recuperate. I'll touch a little bit on AI here. With the AI, when we AI breed our cows, artificially inseminate them, we are able to wait that 75 days, let their bodies rest a little bit after they just had a calf. That's a pretty stressful situation for them. And then we breed them at that 75 days. Now, let's say we had a bull with the herd. That bull cows can come in a heat at 20 days or 15 days, and that bull is going to try to breed them at that time, and their bodies may not be ready to be pregnant again. So that's kind of why we do artificial insemination. It's also safer than having a 2,000-pound bull running around that can get mean. So that's kind of our point on doing the artificial insemination. So when it comes to the breeding hormones, one of these little bottles does 20 cows. So they're getting a very, very little bit that we put in them, and it's enough that they'll respond to it and their bodies will break it down, and that will never, it doesn't end up in your milk. their bodies use every little bit that we give them. It's like I said, it's just enough to that they'll respond to that, and we're able to get a good heat. Works good that way. So another hormone that's kind of, I'm sure you guys have heard of it. It's BST or RBST. It's kind of where I want to get in that labeling and hormones. So a little bit about that BST. It's a hormone that cows naturally produce. It's already, they already make it themselves. But back in the early 90s, I think, someone was like, well, hey, look, we can make this BST, a synthetic BST, and give them this hormone, and the cows are capable of producing, it was supposed to be, I think, 10% more milk. So if the cow's given 80 pounds, you give her that BST and she'll make 88 pounds a day. I know for us, we used to use it. We really weren't seeing the benefits out of it. So we kind of quit using it in the early 2000s. We quit using it and the cows didn't drop on milk. So I don't think it was really doing much. And within the last, I think 6 years, everybody quit using it. It's kind of I don't know if it's against the law or illegal, but I know there's no processors that will accept milk that has BST in it. So right now there's absolutely zero milk in the United States that's produced that has RBST in it. So now for example, I went and grabbed chocolate milk today, and after workout, because it's good for muscle recovery. And out of curiosity, I looked at the label. It said RBST free. So this was the only milk they had. So obviously I just grabbed it. But I know there are some places that will charge more for an RBST free milk, whether it's 10, 20 cents, when all milk's RBST free. So keep that in mind when you guys are all grocery shopping.